You know what's crazy? What's crazy is that people will never reach their full potential. At least most people. They'll never reach their full potential because they sit and they wait for the right moment. They sit and wait until they feel motivated. They sit and wait for the perfect scenario. The sun is shining. The flowers are blooming. When in reality, life just doesn't work like that. Not everything is going to be perfect. That doesn't give you an excuse to not go out and execute the things that you want to execute. When you're disciplined, you don't care about how you feel. Discipline never fades. Motivation does. And until you realize this, you're going to keep going in the same pattern. You're going to keep going in the same circle like a hamster on a wheel. Your life is never going to change until you get disciplined. Think about somebody that you look up to, somebody that you admire, somebody that you think is unbreakable, unshakable confidence. They're not more motivated than you. They just know how to move without relying on motivation. Take LeBron for an example. Everybody loves LeBron. I mean, most people love LeBron. LeBron has been in the NBA since 2003. It's about to be 2026. You don't think he had those moments in his head, those thoughts in his head like, man, this is going to be my last season. I'm done with this shit. I'm tired of this shit. Man, it's 41 years old, still in the NBA. You don't think he had those thoughts like that he wanted to give up? Man hasn't won a championship since 2020. You don't think he has thoughts that he want to give up? Everybody has those thoughts. But he doesn't rely. The reason that he's still in the league now, of course, because he's passionate about the game. But it's deeper than that. It's deeper than the game. That's the true essence of discipline. That's how he's still in the game. Because he could easily wake up and be like, you know what, this is going to be my last year. He could have did that 5 years ago after he won the championship. But he didn't. He stayed consistent and he stayed disciplined. Because once you've done something so long and been disciplined with something so long, it becomes your whole entire life. You got to make being disciplined your life. Make it a part of your lifestyle. That's what I'm going to show you in this video, the discipline blueprint. To take control of your life even when your emotions try to stop you. Believe it or not, I struggled with discipline in the past. I've struggled with being consistent, especially with losing weight. That was my biggest thing that I had to conquer, was getting in shape. At least better shape than I was before. I was 250 pounds. And then I would be like, okay, I'm going to lock in with my diet. I'm going to lock in with my workouts. And I'll stay good for the whole week. Then Friday or Saturday comes, then I'll use that cheat meal as an excuse to binge eat, not tracking my calories. And then all the work that I did in the beginning of the week didn't even matter anymore. And it just kept happening. Just like I said earlier on in the video, I will go through that same cycle. I get motivated to lock in. I'll start, you know what I'm saying, getting in that routine, getting in that flow. Then I'll snap right back to where I started. It's like a rubber band. Like, no matter how far you pull it, it doesn't break. It's like one of them bands in the gym. You pull it so hard, no matter how far it goes, and go all the way over here, it's gonna go right back to how it was. That's how it is when you're not consistent. That's how it is when you're not truly disciplined, when you don't have a disciplined mindset. Every time that happened, I would snap back into my old self. Every time that happened, I would snap back into my old habits. Every time that happened, I lost trust in myself. It's not that I didn't have a goal. I wanted to lose weight. But the truth was, I was addicted to being comfortable. And every time that I went back into the comfort, knowing that I wanted to lose weight, going back on my word, I was teaching myself that my word didn't mean anything. See, whenever you commit to something and you go back on that word, you're teaching yourself that your word isn't law. You're teaching yourself that your word doesn't mean anything. So you're never going to change. Because how are you going to expect your life to change when you can't even keep a promise to yourself? When you keep going back on your own word? See, people don't realize when you're alone, bro, you know if you're on your shit or not. No matter what you tell somebody else, no matter what you tell the internet, you know deep down if you're on your shit or not. And it's going to slowly eat you up inside, knowing that you're going back on your word, knowing that you're going back to comfort. Like I said, I've experienced this shit firsthand, bro. The way to break this is you got to make the decision. You got to make the decision to stop chasing motivation and build discipline and build consistency. So you got to make a decision. You got to make the decision to stop chasing motivation and start building discipline. Only then will your life change. So here's the discipline blueprint, bro. It's simple, but it'll rewire your mindset. For starters, stop saying I want to become disciplined or I will become disciplined. Start saying you are disciplined. I am disciplined. Because when you say that, your mind doesn't know the difference. But you're going to put yourself in alignment with that identity that you believe that you're disciplined. You need to have the thought process and the mindset that no matter how I feel, no matter what's going on in my life, I'm going to get the things done that I want to get done. And when you start thinking like that, your actions will follow that. Because discipline isn't something that you force. It's something that you become. It's something that's a lifestyle. The next thing you need to do is you need to eliminate any negotiation. No debates with yourself. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll go to the gym later. I'll approach that woman another day. I'm not going to approach that woman. No debates. Why are you debating with yourself? Just go do it. Every time you hesitate, you give your emotions a vote. Sometimes you can't trust how you feel, especially when it's towards something that you know you should be doing. Every time you hesitate about something, you're giving your emotion a vote. Not how you feel all the time isn't right. Every time when you hesitate about something, you're giving your emotions a vote. How you feel isn't right all of the time. When it's time to act. When it's time to go. When it's time to get up and go to the gym, get up and go to the gym. Don't debate with, I don't feel like it, I can go tomorrow. No debates. Just get up and go. Your life becomes way more easier, way more simple if you just act on the things you know you should be acting on. When you start executing the things that you want to be doing. Because that's really deals with overthinking as well. That's how you stop overthinking. You overthinking, oh, should I go up to this woman? Should I approach this woman? She look good. Should I approach her? She might reject me. She might think I'm ugly. She might have her boyfriend. Just go talk to her. You're spending 10 seconds, 15 minutes. I mean, not 15 minutes. You're spending 10, 15 seconds thinking about what you should go up and say to her. Thinking about all of the ways that's how you talk yourself out of doing things. When you could just go up to her and then she could become your future wife. But you sitting here contemplating, you sitting here thinking about the approach. By the time you actually want to go up and talk to her, she's gone. Gone in the wind. Now, what if you would have just went up and talked to her? You need to just go out and do shit, bro. The next step is build proof daily. You don't build confidence from hyping yourself up. You build confidence from achieving stuff. You build confidence from, okay, I'm going to do this and I've accomplished that. Now you feel better about yourself because you stuck to your word. It's all about repetitions, bro. It's just like being in the gym. It's all about building one small win to reach a larger win. Yeah, you working on your chest press. You killing your chest workout. You tried the PR last week. Damn, I ain't get it. You keep training. You keep going. Because you got in your mindset like, oh, I'm about to hit this 225. I might have failed last week, but I'm going to go again. See, if you wasn't disciplined, if you were lacking discipline, you would have stopped. You would have been like, you know what, man, I done failed that bench press. I'm not about to try no more. But you're disciplined. You know, that's something you want to achieve, so you're going to keep going. And then when you achieve that, you feel way better about yourself. It's about the small wins, man. It's about what they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Yeah, it's like that. And then the last step is to reflect, don't react. Now, that's kind of like what I was explaining earlier with the bench press. If you fail at getting that 225, don't give up, bro. Reevaluate. You be like, okay, maybe my technique was a little off right here. Maybe I need to hit the bench press at the start when I'm at the peak of my physical energy instead of hitting it later on in the workout. You evaluate your failure in order to get better. Every lesson is a blessing. You only grow stronger with failure. So yeah, you might have went up to that woman, you might have got rejected, but that's all right. You take that as a lesson. You see what you did wrong, and you see how you can improve. Don't give up. You see men like that all the time online. They be like, I'm done with women. I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. Women don't like me. I'm unattractive. Get out of that mindset, bro. Just keep trying. It's billions of people in this world. Millions of women in this world. You going to find the right one. Don't give up because failure is uncomfortable. That's the discipline blueprint. Adopt the identity of somebody that's disciplined. Don't negotiate with yourself. Build up confidence through the little wins. And reflect on the failures. Following this framework turns self-doubt into self-trust. That's the blueprint about discipline. That's the truth about discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's about not giving up, bro. Think of Naruto. He never gave up. He became Hokage. That's for all my anime niggas out there. But yeah, man, never give up. That's all I got for y'all, man. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you if you watched this far. Link to all my socials are in the description. Link to my one-on-one coaching is in the description. If you're someone that's struggling with discipline, I have spots open right now. And yeah, let's lock in with each other, man. Let's do it. Let's build this discipline. And I'm out, bro. Peace.